Allahumma salli wa sallim wa barak ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Post Tarawih face, cheeky fish, honestly. Right, okay. Welcome folks, it's been a while. And can I say that I've missed you guys? Yeah, I think I can. Would I be lying? No, I don't think I'd be lying. I think I've missed you guys. And I hope everyone is good, inshallah. In the chat, please help the people who are confused about how to start again, because there will be people that are not, they're not au fait with the whole game of going in and out. But it looks, there was 207 when I canceled it. There's 207 again right now. So I'm happy with that at least. Let me just make sure that I have Mrs. Astaghfirullah, Mrs. Areem Siddiq's situation here. Yes, we do. Okay, that's great. I just want to set this up so that we don't waste any time, because we're already over time, and I apologize for that. Getting out of the car park, I'm pretty sure everybody knows that whole game. So if I just come up here and practice clicking on that, very good. Yeah, okay. All right. I'm going to jump straight into it. Did I even give you guys salam? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I can't even remember. Bro, I'm so all over the place. Exciting times, because it could be anything, any announcement could come any moment now. Exciting times for me because I'm in my last maybe 10 days of exile as a fugitive from my library, from my office, from my thingy where all the magic happens. And so it's been a tough period of time. 10 weeks that we had not expected to be completely turned upside down. But alhamdulillah, inshallah, soon we'll be doing these webinars, although we have one more that we'd have to do in here, but we'll have the proper one, inshallah, occurring soon, properly in the right kind of environment, late night style. Right. What do I want to say? Obviously, everybody is waiting for this announcement. There is no announcement. It's as simple as that. No point flapping around about the date and the time. I think they're going to keep the time to themselves anyway. I don't think they're going to be very accurate on the time. You remember what I said, from an ideological, from a conceptual point of view, they are aiming for this ideal in which there is no OTP jam. Yeah, there is no way to avoid it, because if you announce it, everybody goes on, OTPs are overloaded, end of story. If you give a rough approximate time, everyone's still trying their very best to be on same kind of situation. If you don't tell them the time, then there's going to be a lucky few or a lucky few thousand that are going to be working from home or XYZ. They're going to be immediately able to join. They're going to get their OTPs absolutely great. They're going to get out of there. By the time that the news spreads that it started, these people are out of the system, and then the rest can have kind of like an OTP, less hassle, less kind of experience. That's the theory. And I have to tell you, by accident, their theory worked last year, because in phase 3/4, right, there wasn't an OTP problem, or not a significant one. And the reason back then was almost entirely because the quality of the Hajj. And that's just a fact. I was having a discussion with some of my colleagues in that I work with, Dar es Salaam and other big companies, about since Nusuk, looking at the qualities of messaging, responses, and whatever. Yes, we do speak about you, yeah. And it's very interesting comparing notes, because everyone has a very different type of group dynamic, right? Obviously, our group dynamic is a very unique one. Highly practicing people on the whole, very bought in from a long time, know the score, no faffing about. So ours is different, but we still also get a glimpse of a few things. What was very interesting in their observation was that the 2023 cohort, the other folks were very, very kind of clear, better quality. And it's very interesting how they define better quality. They define better quality in a manner that we've been speaking about ourselves actually over the last couple of weeks, which is that they are focusing on the importance of Hajj and making their life fit around the Hajj versus in 2024, and definitely we're seeing signs of that in 2025, where people are more and more, very sadly so, more and more only interested in making Hajj fit around them. It's got to be their exact dates, got to be their local airport, it's got to be a VIP tent, it's got to be Majar al-Kabsh, and so on. This raised its head last year. And as a result, what happened? Everybody else benefited. Because those folks basically, they didn't get into them VIP, darling tents, and too posh to push. They're not interested in hanging around. So they said, no, we're not going to bother doing it. I'm obviously painting with a massive brush, and I'm speaking in very general terms. Nobody needs to get offended. But that was something that we did see. Alhamdulillah, we don't see it in our group, because I do believe that our group does Hajj for the right reason. They recognize that, there's got to be some kind of logistical matching up with a year that you can do it. But they will realize that, okay, I'm being told that I've got to change and get a few extra days, might have to take unpaid. I've been told that I need to consider going from London, or I need to consider going from JFK even though I live in San Francisco. I've been told that I'm going to have to just get kids looked after for another few days, because this is the Hajj. And that's how the Muslim is meant to be, frankly. The other way, honestly, unless there's some absolute immediate emergency kind of problem, is quite frankly embarrassing. And last year, there was a large amount of people. And what happened as a result, those extra visas, and it's a global quota, it doesn't go by country, they just wouldn't expire. So there were people for days. Like, I want to imagine what happened in phase one. You know that trauma? Now imagine that it was just like a week, all times of the day and night. It was weird. It was really weird. So anyway, alhamdulillah. The point is that all of our group obviously eventually got in that way. This year, we can see signs of the same happening. But can we be sure? No, we can't. And that's why tonight's meeting is very important, to revise what all of our plans are. In this meeting it's obviously purely focused on phase 3 people. The next phase, whatever you want to call it, is for those folks that still need to book A1400U, and it's therefore the people that are aiming for the sister plan, the global A2410STH, and then contingency plans for all. Okay, we're going to go through it. We're going to go through Nusuk. But this is important to realize. The reason we need to keep revising and being fresh in this game is because there are micro changes that we cannot predict. And I'll give you what I just said. A lot of people, not a lot of people, there are a few voices that get very irritated by long introductions. That's because they don't listen. My introductions, or they might be weaving and rambling, but there's always essential information being stated. The reason I just said what I said is because it affects our strategy, which means it affects you and your likelihood of getting your first choice without having to go to a contingency plan. Because if you understood what I just said, as opposed to why is he rambling, you'll now know whether you do need, why you need to take serious when I say you need to have a contingency plan. Because if there is this change in mind shift and in mindset, right, where people were like, no, Hajj is more important, I gotta go, which is the correct attitude. And we welcome that. Even if we lose out personally, we want the ummah to get educated, especially myself, right? Doesn't matter if they're going with me or X or Y or Z, whatever, whatnot. It is important people understand priorities and obligations in life, especially the arkan, the big pillars. And so when we have people who keep putting the Hajj off, this is unacceptable. And I will not stand in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as a person that had responsibility and had authority and did not push people to do that, regardless of whether they're with me or X or Y or Z. So on one hand, I really do want people to go to Hajj this year and not keep putting it off, which puts them in a state of sin or X, Y, and Z. However, that also means I'm working against myself by wanting that, because that means then that the global quota is going to be more under pressure, which means that you guys will be more under pressure, which means that you'll be under more time pressure, which means you won't have 4 or 5 days possibly, and it might be similar to phase 1. On the other hand, if it is like 2024 and the trend continues, and it doesn't matter whether they're listening to me or not, and they're too posh to push and they're not interested and they just want to stick to their thing and we'll go again next year, or we're only going to go on this, that, whatever, then that means that whatever the quota is, and we don't know how many, we have no idea how many visas are going to be released. We don't know when, we don't know what date, but whenever it is, it will be more than enough people. Therefore, strategy changes entirely. Because when there's more than enough visas for the people that are going for it, you don't need to have a contingency plan. You can, or you do, but you don't need to go to it until you exhaust all of your normative plans. Folks, does that make sense? And the easiest simple example is the UK lot. When they're all targeting a particular flight, if you know that everybody has got time because the quota seems bigger and the number of people seems less, then you have the time to, okay, London flight, I was assigned London flight 3, it didn't go through. It says sold out. Now, in phase 1, we told you that's panic stations. In phase 3, it's like, all right, let me just go back and try phase London flight 2. Oh, it's sold out. Okay, let me go and try London flight 1. Oh, okay. God, I've got to go Manchester. Oh, you know what? It's not that bad. All right, Manchester flight 5. All right, Manchester flight. Do you understand the point? That's when I've said to you that there's space in the rooming, space in the beds, and that the flights are, in a certain configuration, which I'm going to explain now. You've got time to go through it all before you then go to contingency plan. Folks, that is a factor that we cannot predict. We do not know what's going to happen with how much the quota is until it actually is confirmed, which might be literally 5 minutes before it goes live. And B, what we absolutely have no idea about is how many people are actually actively going to try and use that quota, right? You saw a very clear example of what I'm speaking about in phase 2. In phase 2, they were just desperate. Nusuk messaging every day, get your thingy, but nobody's interested because they weren't interested in the quality of the packages that were available. And the people that were there had made a decision. They were waiting for X, or they'd made a decision and missed out on the ones I wanted. That was it. They were begging the rest of the world to buy. They didn't. It was like a week, 2 weeks, then they just gave up. And that was one of the main reasons that justified the concept of phase 3, which is going to happen, inshallah. We just don't know what, how, who, when, right? So that same thing could happen again in phase 3, especially if it's a lot of visas. Don't think that just because the Europeans didn't buy and it was just US, Canada, Australia sitting out. No. People generally are the same. Yes, on the whole, the Europeans prefer a cheaper package. They go like standard economy kind of thing on the whole, but still the trend could be the same. And so we cannot predict that. For that reason, my brothers and sisters, you need to be ready for both outcomes. Folks, in the poll, in the chat, please, could you indicate whether you have understood everything that I just said? Just a simple, yes or, whatever. Because tonight we don't want to have a big Q&A session. People need to get to sleep and work tomorrow. I've got work as well. Everyone's got work, and we need to be out of here as soon as. All right. So now I'm going to move into screen sharing mode. Inshallah, bismillah. Let's hope that works. Always worried about this, but let's go. Is it working, guys? Can you see the screen? Danish, can you see the screen?
Yes, we can see, Sheikh.
All right. Right. So we go into dashboard. Okay, so I'm logged in. So just going to go back to Reem's thingy. So I just want you to look at this right now. Okay, folks, you should all be seeing dashboard. Signed in. Okay, signed in and ready. Now, before we do anything, what should we do? Should come back to our Telegram channel, right? Here's the Telegram channel. So right at the top there, you can see that I'm in the Telegram channel, 2,122 subscribers, and come to our quick links. Because I'm signed into Nusuk, I click on the UK one, and it opens it up directly into A1400U, right exactly where I want it. I also, everybody, come and click on global as well. It should be open in another tab, and that is the next program, not next program, but different thing. So you can see, you can tell that it's different. Look, right? Because this is, we'll start from here. We all start together in Dalla Tayyiba, and then we go to Jabal Umar. Hilton Hotel is next to the Doubletree, okay? But they're both on Jabal Umar, up the top of the hill. That's what Jabal means, Jabal, the hill of Umar. And it's the Doubletree by Hilton. That's the global program. and it's next to on Jabal Umar on the same hill, right next door to Hilton Hotel. And then we go to, and this is base camp, okay? And the gang will be at daytime in base camp as well. And in the night times, they'll go to Shisha. This is the global package. This is what the Americans and Canadians are aiming for as first choice. We'll come to this in a minute. This is what we call A2410. Now, as you can see, come back to dashboard here. We are in, our basket is empty. Look, click on the basket, cart is empty. So we just want to quickly remind ourselves of what we're going to be doing. So let's say that, and I just want to show you in the most comprehensive way as possible, how would we find our package? You've got three separate ways. You click onto package, and then you could search for it. So A1 like this, and let's see if that works. Has that even worked? Yes, it has. Okay. And you can see that there's a US, that's the Canada one, that's the US one, and this is the UK one. And you are, obviously when it goes live, you'll be able to click on it and you can be able to actually see all the things that you want. Now, as you can see here, you can actually configure the package. So that's the first way of doing it. The second way is to use the Albeit package explorer. Very, very good. It's on their website. And if you come onto here and you come down to find A1400U, which you could also search for, but let's just see where it is now. A1400U. All right, so there's US, UK, and thingy. This is the room configuration link. Click on it. Oh, no, that didn't work. Okay, it's clicked it. So now I'll just put it into here, and it's now into the configuration. Okay, guys? Now, you should all know by now, your basket should be all configured. I just want a quad place, so I just select on one of the, on Medina, Mecca, it does the same, and then one, and then that's it. And now we've got the, and you know to always ignore everything, all right? All of the qurbanis and everything we'll do over there, all right? That's very interesting. Oh, right, okay. The reason it's not showing this is because this is a Canadian account, so it's not showing the flights. But I just want to explain something here. What will happen for all the UK folks, as you already know, and you've been playing with Nusuk, that in this section here, service provider flights, which is the package flights, basically, you'll see the London flight here. And then if you scroll down inside, so there'll be a little bar here that you can scroll, you will go through 3 London flights. London flight 1, London flight 2, London flight 3. Then immediately after that follows 5 Manchester flights. Manchester flight 1, Manchester flight 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now listen to me carefully, okay? I just want you to know that it does give the option for a custom flight as well, okay? But even now in the UK package, because this is a thing that Nusuk has introduced, they will allow a option to give a custom flight for everybody in the same package. Some of you might say, well, that's a good option for me to try and catch a flight if all the flights are sold out. I'll tell you now that if all the flights are sold out in this UK package, any of the different configurations that you choose, it means the spaces would have sold out as well. Let me remind you, everybody, that there were a few doubles left and lots of quads. Everyone right now, as they are configured, it seems like it is absolutely spot on. Now, I want you to understand something, okay? When it comes to configuration, you've got essentially 3 states: highly unconfigured, then basically thereabouts, which is like 5 under or 10 over or exact. And you've got to understand that these numbers are not ever accurate. For example, my team is 14 people, just my team. My team also have these in their baskets. Do you understand what I mean? And so the only figures that we have to be able to predict things when it comes to configuration is whoever has got it in their basket. I just want to remind you something. 80,000 Nusuk registered people. 80,000. Of these 80,000, only 20,000 visas have been gone, or whatever, 25,000 or whatever so far. There's lots of many thousands of people that will have baskets configured that I have no intention, don't care, XYZ, blah, blah, blah. Nusuk doesn't look to activity. It looks at our baskets configured. So there's always a significant error that has to be present in the calculations. I hope that you understand what I'm saying, all right? And so therefore, when we give this idea of what is actually configured or not, or is just about perfect or whatever, you need to realize there will always be an error. That error could go both ways. So either actually there is 20 more people booked for that place. It is actually well over configured, well over subscribed, and there's no way that a person's getting a space. Or the opposite. It's actually got like all of us there, 14 of us that are making it look configured, and lots of other people, but actually it's 30 places under. And those people are not going to even buy on the day on the day it goes live. And therefore, all of the people that want to go for it will have that opportunity and everyone will get in easy. So you have to understand that error. And we have built that in to our calculations, right? We've tried to kind of assess that error rate. What that means is that now, those who are listening to me right now, you are one of three people or one of two people. You are either someone that's been with us from the beginning or for a long time. Understand the game, understand the stats, know how organized we are, bifadlillah, know that our strategy takes a lot of effort and it works on the whole. Everyone in phase one that listened to us got through without any hiccup, meaning no need to mess up because they followed their strategy. What was that strategy? We actually, in an enormous task, mashallah, contacted every single person individually and told them what bed would give them their best chance, whilst taking into account what they really, really wanted, okay, and telling them to be flexible as well, and they were, mashallah, and giving them a flight to target. They did that, they got it in one. So those folks got it. Now, there was another folks that, obviously a large number of you, that were also in the same game, but got done by OTP like all of us, right? But still understand the game, still understand everything that's going on, and are going to carry on with the same plan in this phase. Nothing has changed for you people. What you were told last time is good. It is theoretically sound. Your bed configuration that you're going for and the flight that you're going for. So that's the group of people that have either seen a message, seen a photo, seen a DM, or received a phone call, or you've heard the general kind of messaging that we put in the helpers group. That's up until phase one and a few days after. You guys are sticking to the plan. That's what I call the first type of person. The second type of person is someone who's joined new. There's a few, I said 10, 20, 30 people that probably have come in that missed a lot of this strategy, didn't receive the phone call and the planning and the bespoke planning and the like. We already have accounted for you folks. We have already published the strategy for you folks. For you folks, it is go for any of the flights. Whether you want to go from London, then target any of them. If you want to go from Manchester, target any from them. Because the error rate is acceptable for a small group of people. And I hope that you understand that. So you don't need to now message everybody and say, I didn't get told what flight, I didn't get told what X, I didn't get told what Y. No, you don't need to worry about that. You will go for what you want, knowing some basic facts. For example, there are no triple rooms left at all. Don't waste your time. Number two, that the doubles are very few. I think maybe 16 places or 12 or something like that. And therefore, that means if you absolutely insist on a double, and this is still going back to the original group one people as well who are following their strategy. If you insist on going for a double, then go for it. There's 16 places. You're going up against the rest of the people who really desperately want a double. All right. So you're going to go for that. But you know that if it comes back and it says double room out, it's gone, then you know I'm going straight to quads because the bulk of the space is 130. 130, no, more than that, maybe 140 or 130, something like that. Spaces are available in the quads. That's where everything is basically targeted at the moment. That it was more 200 were taken, and there's 130 left. You know that that's what leads to the best experience. It's what our package is heavy loaded with the quads, because we want people to get ready for the base camp and then the Mina and the like. Forget that conceptual idea. That's the theory. So you should all know, even if you are brand new, if you go for your double and you don't get it, you go for the quads. And then from a flight point of view, if you are following strategy, you go to the flight that was assigned to you, London Flight 1, London Flight 3, etc., etc. If you've not had a flight assigned to you, then you go for whatever you want. I hope that part is clear. That's my first explanation of the strategy. You will come to here, it will say select flight, and then you will then press next, and then you'll go through to the, obviously here it's not going to allow us to do it, but you get my point. This is what will happen. Now, I'm going to come out of this because it's not going to allow me to do anything here. Now is strategy time. Strategy time is that what if the whole A1400, you're in the UK and it's all sold out? If it is all sold out, what you are going to do now is to go for a different package. But that different package, alhamdulillah, is the same package. It's part of us, and that is this one here, right? Sorry, this one here. So I'll just go back. So we'll just use this. So how do you search on this? I don't think you can. Oh, you can, yeah. So you go here and you type in A2410, and there it is. Can you see that? A2410 STH. This is just another way of being able to get to it. So I'm just going to click the room configuration link, and I'm just going to put it in here. Okay, there we go. I'm going to press return, and I'm right into it in this place here. Now, I just want you to imagine. Now, we're still going with the UK plan. Shaz, I think what I'm going to do is, Shaz, I want you to message me on WhatsApp, because I think that it makes sense that I do this on a UK account. So if you're here, because I don't know whether he's at work or whatever. So what I'm going to do actually is move now to Americans and Canadians. Your whole everything is very straightforward. Okay, it's very, very straightforward. You're going to come to this here. Again, a reminder that your link is here, right? So that's Americans, Canadians, all the rest of the world. You're going to click on global. You open up your thingy. You've probably already configured your basket. If you haven't, then this is how you do it. Even if you have to do the flights again anyway. So this is a Canadian account. We can do it very simply. What is the facts in the global account? Listen to me carefully. You also are of two types of people. Those who are going for the global, right, also have been given calls and been told, yep, you stick to this bed, you've got it, right, because there's capacity. And your flight that you've been practicing, stick to it, but also be ready with some alternatives. There are some people that are not ready or not heard, are not got a strategy specific to them. So let me tell you that we have a few spaces left in quad, but actually the majority of the remaining spaces are in double. So there's like about 15 or 6, there's 16, I want to say, or 12 double spaces left, and a few quad spaces left as well. There's roughly, I would say, about 30 spaces left in this global package. So with all of the Americans and Canadians that are configured, there's another 30 spaces left, and they're kind of split between the doubles and the quads. Now, what I want to do is to show you how you would, I mean, the Americans and Canadians, just 1 second. Shaz, I need you to sign into Thingy. We need to do this thing on your account. Okay, so be there when I want the OTP code. Okay? All right. So I'm going to carry on now as an American and Canadian. So you know that we just choose the quad, for example, or we can actually, let's just do double to show that, you can do double as well. So that will be double. That's now double there. And we choose the bed as well. So we next that. Oh, right, sorry. Got to empty my cart. Go to cart, empty the cart. Yes, I do. All right. Package has been removed. Now I don't know how the thing is. Let's go to here. Let's go back and let's refresh. Okay, cart is empty. Yes, it is. So I choose a double, choose a quad, go to next, right? And we go next. Remember, always this package transportation, right? Remember. Now, here's something very important. And I am going to log in again under Shazad's account to show you what the people in the UK will see. But that's going to be the third part of this presentation. Now we're just focusing on America and Canada. This is what you're going to see. No service provider flights because they're in the UK, because this package still actually has 2 flights connected to it, a London-Manchester one. I'll come to that in a second. You're going to now go for a custom flight. And so we're going to now look. Now what we're going to do is multi-city. We're going to go from Toronto. All right. So Pearson. We want to go to Medina. What's going on there? No idea. Okay. We want to go to Medina. All right. And the 23rd, never going to work. We need to leave on the 22nd. Okay. Because of what time you want to arrive. So then flight 2 from Jeddah and then Toronto. Now, what are we going to remind ourselves while it's doing all this for us? Okay. Is that with the global program, your check-in actually starts on Friday night. You don't need to arrive on Friday night. You can arrive on the 24th on the Saturday as well. But you will need to leave one day earlier to Mecca. It means that we as a group, we're going to do our programming before our first group leaves to Mecca on the 24th. The rest of us would then leave on the 25th. So our Medina programming is going to happen before that. But you do not want to be arriving on the 25th. You do not want to be arriving on the 24th evening when your actual hotel starts at 6 o'clock p.m. odd on the 23rd. We've already spoken in depth about this in previous webinars, that if you want to arrive early on the morning to do Jum'ah on the thingy, your hotel room won't be ready, but the chief will be there, Arif will be there, some of the team will be there. You'll be able to go to the lobby and put stuff down, use the bathroom, blah, 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 and then go to Jum'ah and then come back and then can eat X, Y, Z. And then, maybe some of the earlier rooms we might start getting ready in the early afternoon. Can't be guaranteed, but by 6 o'clock you can get in. This is entirely up to you. But to do that, you're going to have to leave on the 22nd because you're 26 billion miles away on the other side of the planetary system, right? Not even human travel, right? So, like Zelensky said, you got a little ocean in between, but that's going to disappear soon. Right. So let's look at this. This is an option here. Now, this is not a good option, right? Because if you look at this particular one, this flight here, 9:05, I have a feeling that this is coming on Saturday morning, which is actually not a bad shout. So it leaves at 9:05 from Pearson, arrives on Friday at 2:10. You're then 6 hours or whatever in the thingy. You're going to go on Friday night. You arrive basically on Friday late night. This actually isn't too bad if you think about it, because what this means is that when you arrive midnight, 1 o'clock, 1:30, you're going to be getting into your hotel room and it's ready. No waiting around, straight in. Obviously, a few hours to Fajr, then get some good sleep afterwards. You know that you'll have the whole of Saturday to rest and enjoy because the program won't start heavy until Sunday, the 25th, which is when the rest of the group arrive. Actually, a lot of the group are going to start to arrive on the Saturday, the 24th as well. So this is an okay option. Or you might want to say, no, I want to leave earlier. Okay, so let's have a look at this one. Leaving, no, that's no good, right? This is an interesting one. So this is leaving on the 7:15, right, in the morning, going via JFK. So you'll have to have your immigration and all that kind of thing sorted. And when's it arriving? It's arriving. Yeah, you see? Now, you missed Jum'ah, right? But if you look at this time of 1:45 arrival, just giving you ideas, right? Obviously, you've got to make a decision on prices and your own personal situations, but I'm just giving you theories, right? You now arrive on Friday at 1:45. By the time you get to the hotel, 3:30, 4, you're not that million miles off of check-in time. So this could be for Americans and Canadians a good time to arrive. And then if you can find a flight that allows you to arrive Friday evening just where check-in is, that's fantastic. So these are the things to consider on the flight in. Almost definite, you're going to have to fly on the 22nd at some time to be able to get out in a decent time, or you'll have to find a magic flight that leaves on the Friday and gets you in very, very early on the Saturday. Your choice entirely, all right? Now, when it comes to the return, you know that 11th is the one that you should be targeting. But if you look at, so let's just actually just consider this one. 11th is the target, but if you get a 10, it's not the end of the world. This is a fantastic time. This is as good a time as it gets. Early morning on the 11th is basic perfection. I just want to say, whatever flight you're trying to get, if not anytime on the 11th, if not anytime on the 10th, that's your return flight that you should be targeting. I'm now speaking to Canadians and Americans specifically because of the length of time that it takes to get back. So that's the only thing. So we're just going to select this flight, okay? Then you're going to know it's going to process it. And this is what the Canadians Americans are going to do. The only potential problem that you guys are going to have, okay? So what do you do? I have read and agreed to the terms. All right, we're good. And I now submit. All right, it's now booked that flight and it's going to now stay in our basket for 5 minutes as it's going to give us this countdown. And this will be happening obviously when the checkout basically occurs, right? So now I remember always just select package transportation. Don't worry about all this kind of stuff at all. Now, a quick point that I'll mention here, again, all of this is irrelevant to you. There are some people that have called and asked, by the way, if I click this, does that mean that I can buy a train because I can't come to Medina? I have to go to Jeddah. And so if I go to Jeddah, how am I going to get? I've told you this before many times, and I'll tell you again as well. Albeit will have a coach that's outside of Nusuk. You don't book anything on Nusuk that will take you to Medina. I am highly advising people to take a hit and personally organize something which we will help in, either to get a taxi or to get a train, but privately. If you have to go to Jeddah, if you have to arrive, in Jeddah, which we're not advising, but for some people, they're finding like a 4,000 or 5,000 riyals different. A difference. If that was me, I would 100% take the Jeddah thing. And I've already said that. I give my blessing. If you got some real good reason, like you can't find a single flight that comes to Medina and leaves from Jeddah, but you found the good connection from Jeddah, or you found like there's a big financial saving. I'm all about the financial savings. So then you take the Jeddah thing. And if you're saving 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 riyals, and there's a couple of you, you'd be so foolish to say, I'm not going to spend 1,000 riyals, or I'm not going to spend 500 riyals and get myself a nice private taxi, nice and lovely, and get myself to Medina in 3.5 hours with my bags, with everything, etc., etc. You'd be crazy not to do that. Do you get what I'm saying? So think outside the box. But anyway, that will come in the next couple of months in planning. You'll choose package transportation, right? And then you'll move on to next. And then in the right hand bottom corner, you got to just come down. And then here, right here, there'll be the checkout, pay, and you'll pay, and that's it. Is that clear, folks? So that's what will happen for Canada thingy. Now, and America. What is the contingency plan? The only contingency plan for you folks is if it says the quads are sold out. So your strategy, listen to me carefully, is to go towards the double rooms. That's it. And you know that actually the double room in this package is even cheaper than the quad room in the original one, I think. So it's not even a cost thing. But obviously your flights are more expensive than the UK ones because you're miles away. So just keep this as an option. You guys are pretty much covered. In the La Qaddar Allah scenario that you were aiming for the global and you didn't even get that, even though it's got so many spaces in there, and we don't have that many people in our group because we've done the configuration. So where are these people going to come from? So I can't see us needing another plan. But if you want, then okay, find another package that you like or want to go or you heard something about, and that could be your next one that you can aim for or target. You can use the Explorer, Albeit Explorer thing to look and to see, what the situation is in this one. Click on it, speak to the people. But I genuinely cannot see what the next contingency plan is, because this is the contingency plan. The global package is the contingency plan. Anyway, that will now check out. Okay, folks. So that is the plan for America and Canada. Let me come back to here. All right. I hope that everybody was able to see that. With that, can you now just take over in terms of telling me what it is that I've seen and not seen, and any kind of immediate concerns about what I've been showing while I now log in under Shaz's thing?
Sorry, what do you mean by what
yeah,
you're
meaning that, did that make any mistakes? Did people say you've done something wrong or blah, 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 whatever?
No, it looks good to me.
So let's start with some questions then. Whilst I do the thingy, Shaz, send me your login. I can't see. It's not saved for some reason. Yeah, let's do some.
People are saying that it's breaking up a little bit for them. Sound has gone. Can't hear properly. Technical issues.
Is that across the board? Shaz, send me the details.
Yeah, I've sent you on WhatsApp.
Yeah, got it. Yeah, got it.
Sound is fine. Okay, if you guys are having issues with sound, you might have to replay the recording, inshallah. Hopefully it won't be on the recording as well. So, Sheikh, you're ready to take questions? Should I start allowing people to speak?
You know what it is? No, because I think I'm going to be in now, because we got in, and just want to clear some of these tabs.
Sometimes it's the case, everyone, that you need to update your Telegram app as well. So maybe check that if you're having issues. But sometimes there's nothing that can be done. You just have to try leaving and rejoining. And
Right, can you see the screen, guys? With that, can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
All right, now we're in a UK one. All right, so here's the situation, guys. All right, now, so I've covered strategy for those that are already configured and safe in the UK for A1400. Then I covered the strategy for everyone that's in America, Canada, going for the global, or anyone else in Europe or Africa or whatever. Now it's the third step. This is now emergency contingency for the UK. Anyone in the UK that finds that the A1400U, everything is sold out. All the flights, all the spaces. What is your contingency plan? It's simple. It's the global package. Okay. First of all, a reminder, when you sign into your dashboard, this is the quickest way to get to the checkout. Okay. This is the quickest way. You just click this and you're into it, and you can check out. Now, forget this now. We want to empty the cart. Okay. Empty your cart. Can't believe, by the way, Shazad, that you've got this in your cart when we told you need to remove this from your cart.
I had to put it back in to do some. I had to on the form, man. I had to put it.
Let to the chief. Just wait. Don't worry. Chief might be asleep, but won't be asleep for long. Right. Empty the cart. So, Ross, what happened there? Oof. My goodness gracious, what a move that was. Oi. Updates going on, yeah? Maybe. Let's see, bismillah. Nope, nothing exciting. Yeah, let's get me the new OTP. Right, guys, whilst the new OTP is coming, so I don't know if the cart's been emptied. So the UK, you've now lost all the flights, no quads, no doubles, no nothing, it's all gone. What's the next move? You now click on the global package. So that's the global link in the in another tab, which we're going to do in a minute. So first you've got to sign in to Nusuk. Once you're into Nusuk, you can click on the global, but you'd have that already as another tab open. Remember everything, by the way, all the old advice of having a couple of devices, having lots of tabs open and ready, having multiple people to help, being in a helpers group, knowing that you're waiting for OTPs, all of the things we spoke about. You can use the pen and paper approach where we type in the time that you send an OTP. Remember that 300 seconds or 5 minutes, you want to make sure that you have that OTP, you use the right one, and it shouldn't be so much of a problem in phase 3. There are people that say to you that if there is a problem, then what you do is that you right click on the up here and you open in a new tab. Okay, you open it in another tab and then put the OTP in. Some said that works as well. Either way, let's empty the cart, okay, and go back to the way that we are going to do in the easy way. So come back here, click on the global package. It then opens up and we're now in the global package. As a UK person, now look what you see. Remember, quads has spaces, but it also has double spaces as well. So I choose double, so it gives me double there. Choose a quad space, press next. Now, the difference here, right, when you come to flights, is that you actually have 2 group flights available, okay? You've got a London flight and you've got a Manchester flight, all right? This is for now UK people as their emergency option to join the global program, which, as you've seen, is as similar as it gets. Starts the day before, theoretically the same day ending. It different hotel nighttime in Azizia, and Dallas is the same, and Hilton right next door. But of course, the program is the same. The group is the same. One group, everything, blah blah blah. So this London flight, you can see, is arriving on the 24th, right? So the Saturday morning at 4:50. That's the London Saudia flight. That's the Manchester version, the same. And you can see that these are leaving at really good times as well. That's actually really, really good, and so on. So you could choose one of these and check out. Alternatively, you could go and select a custom flight. You can select a custom flight, and then you would do the same thing that everybody else did. Okay? So then you would then find one from Manchester, right? And again, how much time have you got? I've got no idea, because that's going to be dependent upon how many people are actually bothering to go for Hajj. And as I said to you before, that's not something that we can work out. It's just going to be just guessing. So there's like an option. What was that cost? Was it 10 grand on the SAR? I think it was. No, it was. Did anyone just see how much it was? Was it 7,000? The group. That's 7,500. So that gives you an idea. Look, yeah, there's 8.5 on this one, Turkish. What's that? Getting there pretty much the same time. By the way, see all the people who are obsessed with direct flights? Look how good that one is, right? I'm just throwing it out there. That actually gets you there quicker than a direct flight. How about that? Guarantee you that no direct Saudi flight will get you to Medina quicker than the total time of this one. Obviously, madness in the 1 hour 20, but I've done that multiple times. That's the only flight that I actually take, just so that you know. You're arriving at 4:25 in the morning. Look at the leaving time. That's crazy. That's really, really good. Anyway, and then on the way back, that's lovely as well. All right. So, but the price, 8,656, you got to make a decision on that. Cheeky 2-piece like that. That's good. 23 and 23. So I'll select that. This is the UK, folks. All right. You've got options. This is the new package. This is your emergency. This is what you're going to go to. You don't need to worry about anything else. Don't need to worry about frequent flyer, blah, blah, blah. Just go straight to submit. It then goes around for a few seconds. Then you go to package transportation. Then you go to checkout, and that's it. So that is your contingency plan. Everyone that's new or old, if you feel, a good clue, by the way, guys, if everything's going kind of smooth and OTP coming smooth, this is indicating that there's not a lot of people. That might help make your decision for you, okay? So once you come to here, there will be the checkout button, which is there, bam, and that's it, you're out. By the way, 47,627, I don't know, but that's a double in a flight that you've chosen on Musafir. So the price here is also not too bad as well. This is your contingency plan. I hope everybody that makes sense what I said. I hope that everybody now has got the confidence to be able to now thingy. If you can see my screen, this is the help group, the one that is A1400 AUAE and A2410. Yeah, this is the help group. You'll see that all the posts that we've written at the end have given all of the details that you need to know. You need to make this note, okay, in case you're having some kind of problems or you're stuck or some kind of issue. Make a note, and then when someone there in the helpers group says, I'm in, send me your details, then you DM them. So you click on their name and you start that process. You send it straight to them. Is that clear, everybody? So how do you get into this group? All of these links are here. There you go. Right? Whether you're new or not, that's in our channel.
Can't see your screen, by the way.
Oh my days, you absolute thingy. Tell me any 17 years later. Awesome. Right. So again, I was talking about this group here. It's got 705 members. This is the name of the group, and it's got all the text here. All of these last posts of all the tips. Isa did a document. Sahar, I think, did a video, and the Gmail stuff, the code stuff, all of these things, devices, blah, blah, blah. Everything that you want is all here. This is the message that you would make, okay? Just like that. So you'd put your login here, your password there, the details there, blah, blah, blah. But I believe that this is not so important in phase 3. It really isn't. In phase 1, it is important. Phase 3, it just, in the last couple of years, it hasn't been important. But then you would then DM that to a person. To join this group, as I said, just go to the channel and scroll up. You can see that this post was done on the 24th of February. Look, HWA booking. If you click that, it will take you straight into that group. Need any help? There's the gang there that you can call. The links are here. I'll post them again tomorrow as well. Quick links to get to the group. But this is the group of action tomorrow, yeah? If it does happen tomorrow. Again, I want to say to you, it has not been confirmed. Neither the day, in fact, let me just check here any absolute updates. Neither the day and neither the time. Nope. And answer is no. So we still don't have a update. That could actually mean that they're going to go with Friday, or they're just going to throw it on us tomorrow, right? Like, we should be ready for tomorrow, and we shouldn't lose our minds if we don't go. By the way, I'll come to that in a minute. That's again the helpers group, and the recording of this video will be posted in the next half an hour. Okay, folks. Now we can do questions, inshallah. Yes.
One more thing is those confirmed bookings for them as soon as they book a package to.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Guys, this is so important. When it goes live, okay? When it goes live tomorrow, okay? My goodness, what's happening there? Yeah, right here. In the channel, after like about 5 minutes, this is so important, please listen to me carefully. This is applying to everybody that's going for Hajj with AE. Whether you are 1400, whether you are 2410 global, whatever you are, the second that you get your booking, and remember, how do you know that you got your booking? You will see the message come up on the screen, confirmed, or you won't see it. It's still going round. All you got to do is to right click and open a new window, or go to a separate tab and open up your login, because you're already logged into Nusuk. So you open it up again and just look at your e-wallet. If your e-wallet is showing 0, or the money's gone, that's the biggest, clearest sign. Or if an email comes, that's another sign. But the best, quickest way is for you, when it's processing. It looks like it's there, but it's still processing. Just open up another window with Nusuk. Log in. Sorry, be logged in already. Look at your e-wallet. The second that you have any indication, doesn't need to be 100%. The second that you know that you have got your place, there's going to be a form here. You're going to come to the channel. You're going to click on the Google form. It is specially formulated to be done in about 20 seconds. You are going to put in what you just bought. It will ask you what flight, what bed, and just submit. I'm asking you to do this as an amana, out of responsibility and love for your group members. This will give us an advantage over every other people, because we will then have essentially a live data tracker. So we will start from point X, where they'll tell us this is how many spaces there are, 130 places in quad. And if you folks are doing it responsibly, as soon as you get a place, whatever the package, we can do all of the sums. I will then be messaging in the helpers group and on the channel, guys, double sold out. Now, Nusuk won't tell us that. It'll get stuck and it'll delay. But our form will tell us that because we're going to trust you guys to follow instructions and fill in this form immediately. And once you do that, you've not only got your place, but you've helped everybody else to get their place. Because then we'll say, guys, don't go for the double, go for the quad. Guys, Manchester flight 33 is gone. Second one is gone. Go now for the other one, etc., etc. Key messaging will be sent in the channel to help others based upon your filling this form. I hope that makes sense. You'll see that form. I'll only post it once everything has gone live. I know it's very panicky and all madness, but you need to keep your head around, you keep your wits with you, and make sure that you press that form and fill it in. Out of responsibility, please. Jazakumullahu khairan. Where am I? Oh, right, it just crashed the whole thing. Where has it crashed?
I hear you. I hear you. We still hear you. Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Let's take some quick, guys. Because it's late, can we prioritize really desperate questions, please? Right. So, really important. Then, because you can contact any of us individually on the thingy, but if you want to ask a question, put your hand up, and with that we'll activate it. Yalla with that.
I don't see any hands raised at the moment. Oh, Kas, please unmute yourself. Kas Ahmed.
Assalamu alaikum. For the global package, you've got one flight for Manchester and one for London.
Yes.
With the UK package, you've got 3 and 5.
Yes.
Is it comparable? How many places do you have on the global package? Are there quite a lot of places on the global package?
No, places or flight spaces?
Flight spaces.
Plenty.
Okay.
You know why, right? Because remember what happened, yeah? Everybody, this is important for your concept. It's a really good question, right? Remember what happened here. We never had a plan to do this. Then we had too many that didn't get in from American Canada. And the only way that we could allow them to join the program is to take over an existing package that already came with its own flights, right? And those people can't take those flights. So they're all going to be taking all those remaining 60, 70, 80 spaces using their own custom flights, which means that there's like 80 untouched flights. Okay. Now, I still want to say that the UK shouldn't be targeting those folks, but if you, this package, it still is not the original program. But people are saying, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? This is what you're going to do. If the other one sells out, you come here and you choose the flight that you're happy with, custom or one of the London or Manchester ones. Make sense?
Yeah.
All right. Barakallahu feek. Anybody else? Anybody else?
Unmute yourself, Shaliza. Shaliza, please unmute yourself.
That's our Toronto girl with the big family. Shaliza, come on, what's happening?
She's the only other one who had her hand raised. I don't know if other questions you might have scared everyone off.
We haven't seen from them. Bro, I'm the softest, easiest, going teddy bear in the world. Wouldn't scare a flea. Shaliza, you should log out of Telegram and log back in again. We'll give you a minute to come back in. Only because I've been speaking to you for a while. Nobody else? You got a question? You don't need to be scared. Ahmed.
Ahmed Ali, please unmute yourself.
Hi, assalamu alaikum.
Salam.
So when we configure the package and it says reach full capacity, what do we do at that situation? Do we just ignore that, or do we just choose another package?
Reach full capacity, Ahmed, is not a statement. It says that for all of them. This is because it's not gone live. When it goes live, the reach full capacity packet thing will go.
Okay. Is there anything that we can?
And if obviously it all sold out, then that would come up, reached full capacity. Or you know where that message was in blue, it will say country quota thingy, which basically means that the global quota has run out. So that's like the message bar. It tells you what the actual error is, why it's not letting you to go forward. So but when you sign in, that reach full capacity won't be there. It's got so much capacity. The reason that they got this program is because nobody took it, right? That's the reason we got it, because it's empty.
there anything else that I can do at this point?
Say that again, Ahmed.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that I can do, or do I just wait until it goes live?
No, you're obviously, you know that you've configured it already. Yeah, you need to configure it. A2410 should be in your basket to minimize the time, and you should be practicing on the Nusuk flights that you know that you've already got a list of 1, 2, 3, and you know that I've got a room that I'm targeting. And if you don't, then you know that it's got good availability in quad and in double. So I might need to be flexible if it comes up and says doubles are gone or quads are gone. So I'll go to whatever. And maybe your first choice flight on Musafir is out, but you've got a second and a third. So when it comes to selecting your flight, you know that I can go to that one and just choose package transportation and check out, and that's it. Nothing more for you to do. It would be really strange if the global package sold out, because where are those people? They're not in our form. They're not on our configuration. They're not in our Albeit data form. So where are they? If it happens, and it could happen, then you should have a conversation with some people to see another program. People ask me, listen, I can say to you, Zidni, I can say to you, Wasim Khan's all right. You know, Zidni is not going to mess you up. I have a friend, Yani, who's a guide on Zidni, but he's American style guide. He will be there on Arafah and give you a lecture. Do you know what I mean? None of the guides are involved with the people because they don't run their packages. But I have no problem saying that go for a Zidni package if you want a contingency to the contingency. And I think that should basically be for everybody. And for the UK folks, the Hidayah package, you won't go wrong. Again, Ahsan Hanif, someone that I trust implicitly, teaches alongside me, Quranic progression, ideological progression. He will be with Hidayah. You could go for a Hidayah package. There'll be availability, higher price point, of course, but those are for the people who really insisting. All right, Ahmed?
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Omar, yes, go ahead.
Yeah, so, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. This is my question. Can I purchase my own flight from Musafir on the package? Is that possible?
Musafir. Yes, you can,
Musafir.
Yes.
Okay, so if I could, what if it's sold out? Would there be a phase 4, or is it going to be another phase, or just phase 3 is the last phase?
What if what happens?
Would there be a phase 4 if it sells out, if everything's sold out? Would there be a phase?
What sells out?
The package. The package
no,
flight. There
will be no phase 4.
There will be no phase 4.
No, if the package A2410, the one that we're calling the AE Global Package, if that sells out, then you need to then find some different program. But I don't think that will sell out because there's so much space. You just need to focus on that one. And you can have a Zidni package or something in America, Canada. Are you in Canada or America?
Canada.
Then one of the Cumberland packages, you know, there's someone I know on the Cumberland. But I just want you to, when I say someone I know, meaning that they're going along in the American style, because Americans don't like this kind of thing that I do. They don't want someone, you know, all over them and content and sending them stuff. They don't like that, right? They just like to be left alone. And, you know, we see our Sheikh come out and give us a lecture on the day of Arafah and make us cry. Then we're all kind of excited. We love that program. So then Cumberland will have 1 or 2 people that I know. There's a Canadian option there for you, okay? But the global package won't sell out. I can say
the global package will not sell out. So that means that phase 3, khalas. That means after phase 3,
that's it. Phase 3, that's it. Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay. And also one more question. Could I make a connective? Let's say I want to go from Canada and then to Dubai, and then from Dubai to Saudi, Medina. Would that be possible? Can I do connections? Does it make it cheaper, or what does that do?
It is possible, but you got to play around with this is the reason we've been saying, right? You go in now, play around with Musafir, play with this, play with that. But I want you to know that there are restrictions because your actual flight itself needs to arrive into Medina on the day of the day of, or the day before, or the day after of your package date, which is the 23rd of May. Okay. Now, there's another thing that we've been speaking about, which is that maybe you want to buy a flight from the Middle East, a cheap one. Okay. So, for example, you buy a Dubai to Saudi, Saudi back to Dubai. And you fly from Toronto a month earlier, and you spend a month, you know, there, and you can do that. 2 separate tickets, and Nusuk only sees the Middle East one. However, I want you to know, that these flights are heavily in demand, and there could be a risk that if you're putting all of your eggs in that basket, that it could be sold out when it comes to the key moment. That's the first thing you need to be aware of.
Okay.
The second thing you need to be aware of is that it seems that the majority of times that you try to find a flight via multi-city, which means Dubai to Medina, Jeddah back to Dubai, which is how we want you to come in, it's failing. It will not allow you to do a multi-city booking from the Middle East, neither from Bahrain, neither from Doha, neither from Dubai.
I see.
And obviously, all of this should happen on the laptop, not on the phone. So what are you being forced to do? You're forced to do a round trip. And a round trip means that you'd have to go from Dubai to Jeddah and Jeddah back to Dubai. And what that means is that when you arrive in Jeddah, then you'd have to get the bus, and that Albeit would put on, and that would bring you to the Medina hotel. Is that clear?
Yeah, it's very clear. It's very clear.
All right, yalla, go.
And one more, and the visa.
Which way is this? One more. What the hell do you think this is?
Sorry, Sheikh. I'm sorry. There's a lot of stress. There's a lot of stress on my plate, and I really want to come to Hajj, and I really, hopefully, inshallah, I see you there, and we meet each other. But it's just my visa. What if they reject my Nusuk visa? What happens?
Listen, I told you, Yani, to not stop all those criminal activities, stop robbing the people, stop Yani doing the thingies. Yani, if you are going to carry on being Yani, a highway robber and pirate, then of course Yani, your visa is going to get rejected. But if you've not Yani been done for piracy, if you've been a good boy, don't worry about the visa. There's one person every 1,000 that gets that rejected, Yani. And
Okay.
Yeah. We cannot build upon that. If someone's gonna reject the visa, they have to find an incredible reason to do so, and we're just gonna have to deal with that as it comes. It's the qadr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All right. So don't let that get to you, because that's gonna kill you. All right. All right. Barakallahu feek. Furqan, go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm from the USA, so it's a little bit different question coming from everyone in the UK. But my question was, when I was messing around on Musafir, I noticed that I had to do the other flights, and I was going through Qatar. I found different flights for like Qatar Airways, for example, and they were close to $4,000 per person. And my question was, is there, when I found flights on my own off of Musafir, it was $2,000 to $3,000 cheaper. But from what I understand, does Nusuk allow you to book your own flights, or do you have to go to Musafir?
Number one, you have to go through Musafir. Okay, you can do the trick that I just said, which is to get the cheapest local flight, and that allows you to book out of Hajj in Nusuk, and then you get yourself to that country, Dubai, Bahrain, whatever. So that's what I just explained a minute ago. You could do that. I think you should utilize the chat, and you should share your flight with some other people in the chat. There'll be others that will show you that there's something that you're doing wrong. Something's going wrong there, because when we've done the webinars in the last couple of times, we've been seeing fantastic prices on Musafir compared to actually the group flight, and certainly not $4,000. So
it's close to $8,000 for both my wife and I. I'm in Utah, so I don't have any direct flights out. My only option is going from Utah to JFK.
Right. Exactly. So that's something else. That's the reason why it's so expensive. You have to do something obviously more clever, isn't it? You have to take it from Houston, or you got to take it from JFK, and you buy your own flight to get to JFK. Sometimes the problem that's being caused is coming from too small an airport, and Musafir taking liberties and advantage of that. So don't give it that opportunity. Go from the main gateways and get yourself to that gateway via domestic, which must be cheaper outside of thing. Again, this is what it means by playing around, but also share ideas in the chat. There will be others that will be able to share good practice with you. Does that make sense, Furqan?
Yeah, Jazakallah khair.
All right, weird. Umair, I saw you, but Widad, are you here?
I'm here. I have to go in about 5 minutes though.
So we'll close it. That's it. So take Umair, if he was here. I saw his hand up, and if he's not,
to have gone. There's also Wahaj, Ammar.
Yep.
Ammar,
Okay.
Khadija.
Yep. Give it to these last two people, and that's it.
Wahaj, please unmute yourself. If you're there. If you're not there, Ammar, please unmute yourself.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. Just a few questions, if that's okay. Like Islam. My first question is just to clarify. I was told to take the Manchester flight 5. If that's
Okay.
full, I just go 4, 3, 2, 1, and then
Correct.
London 3, 2, 1.
Correct.
And then global.
1, 2, 3. Okay, we always said
London
that
1, 2, 3.
London 1 has the least. It has the like that 0 or -1. All right, and Manchester. If you don't go, if you so let me just say this again. If your strategy flight that you were given for London is full, you would start from the top, London 1, and then work your way down. That's for London, folks. If you are in and then obviously then go to Manchester. If you are in Manchester and you have a Manchester 2 or a 5 or a 3 or whatever, you would go to Manchester 3 and then work your way down. So Manchester flight 3 and then 1, 2, 4, and 5. If your specific one came back as no, then you go to London, then you can go to global, because you don't know what's happening. It could just be that the Manchester folks all got on and all theirs whatever filled up, and the London one for whatever is not, and you can go there. Make sense?
So you say 5, then 1, 2, 3, 4.
Not 5. 5 is because that was your. What was your one? 5. Yeah. So I said you stick to your one, wherever your one is.
Yeah. So 5.
Yeah, which is 5 in this case. If it's sold out, then for Manchester you would start then at 3, and then go down from 1, 2, and 4. Yeah, like in whatever.
Got it. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah. Whereas in London, whatever your flight was, you just go to the top and work your way down. That's what our configuration kind of shows. But I just want you to know that the difference between these is 1 to 2 people. It's 1 to 2 people literally. So it's not much advantage. That's why we're not making a big thing about it. Yeah.
In terms of global flights, they've already got 2 flights there. Do I just choose those? Is there any real benefit to messing about with the?
No, you would. No, there is a benefit. There could be a price advantage. There could be a date advantage. You didn't plan to leave on the whatever.
If I'm completely flexible, is it worth messing about with that?
If you're completely flexible, no, it's not worth messing about on it. No.
Perfect. Last question. Tomorrow, any indication of the time, even like maybe afternoon, evening time, or could it be anything from like? Yeah. The indication is not from the Hajj ministry. The indication is from my experience that I cannot see it going live during a fasting day for the Saudis or during the Taraweeh. Yani, that's just my experience. At the moment, we've still received absolutely nothing from the high-end people and the big people who know this kind of stuff. And that would suggest that they're either going to spring it on us tomorrow, and especially if they spring it, then it's got to be sprung in the eevening. It's got to be. Or I'm off work, so I just take my line.
Or they're going to move it to a Friday or a Sunday. And I don't know how much I should, tell everybody that it's got to be tomorrow. But what I will say, and this is a message for everybody right now about Taraweeh, I want to remind you folks that you have no idea how fortunate you are in this year. 2023 and 2024, hardly any of us prayed any Taraweeh. Every night was something happening. It was horrible. This year, everybody's prayed Taraweeh every night. If you take off tomorrow night, don't see it as the end of the world. Taraweeh is not even a sunnah to pray in the masjid. Let me clarify something for you. The actual place of Taraweeh, according to the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, is at home. The going to the masjid is because people don't know Quran. And so they are forced to at least go with someone. What did you do when it was COVID? Everyone was doing it at home, reading it themselves. Actually, as is the sunnah, and the sunnah of the senior Sahaba, and especially the Hufad and the like. So don't get too emotional about it. Oh, they're making miss my so what? Right? The Jama'ah with your family at home, pray Tarawih. If there's an indication, if I say, guys, think it's an idea to stay at home today, whatever. I might even turn around and say, guys, not worth it. Go to the masjid, whatever. Especially if it starts early, whatever. You can also go late to Taraweeh after you got your place and you filled in the form. Then you can go and you can catch a couple of. Don't make the Taraweeh, which is not even a sunnah to attend in the masjid. It's a sunnah to pray at home. Don't make that some kind of big thing and try to create some false dichotomy which doesn't exist. So relax and be easy on that. Now, Is there a possibility that it goes into the 1 o'clock, the 2 o'clock, the 3 o'clock in the morning? Yes, there is a possibility of that. Should the person therefore take Thursday off? I don't think they should. If it means that they go knackered to work one day, so what? Okay? Can we trust these people? No, we can't. People have got limited days off, and if they are very valuable to you, then you take a punt on it. And you say, inshallah, it'll happen on a Wednesday. If not, happens on a Friday. I'm not taking Thursday off. I'm in work on Thursday. Whatever time it goes live, I'm not going to take it off. So just put that out there. All right?
I took the whole Ramadan off, so alhamdulillah, I'm chill.
Legend, guys. Yeah. That's right.
Jazakallah khair. I really appreciate that insight as well.
Weird. Khadija?
Assalamu alaikum. I have a question. Maybe you told this before, but I'm not sure. Do you help also some people who live in the Netherlands? So if you want to buy a package, but it's not from UK, it's from Amsterdam.
So you're not? You mean not a Hajj with AE program at all? Because you can get in. Okay. I wouldn't know what to advise you. So give me an example of what you would want me to tell you. I mean,
like, can you help if Nusuk goes live?
Yes.
So, or do you only help people in UK and Canada, America?
No. If you mean can someone in the helpers group, if I send them, have you watched the whole thing that I just did? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So you saw when I was showing the helpers group.
Yes.
I said that if you have this details written up ready, and then if someone says I'm here to help, then you can direct message them. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you send you send them the username and the password and the this and that, whatever, and you've got it configured, then they will go in and yes, any of my team will buy it for you. No problem at all. You can trust the helpers group. No problem.
Okay. Barakallahu fikum.
All right, guys, I think we're going to call it. Barakallahu fikum. Jazakumullah khair. With that, are you still here to close it the way you want to? No. Danish, the thing is that I think the recording would stop anyway. I don't think that anything happens. I think we'll just end chat.
We'll just end chat. I'll send you the copy. Whoever ends it will get the copy of the recording. So
then let me end it then. All right, I'll end it then. Jazakumullah khair, guys. We can carry on in the chat, but that's the end. We're going to upload this. Wait for some messaging in the morning. Maybe it might go live tomorrow. Be keeping it flexible for Friday as well. Possibly on the Sunday. Maybe even a cheeky Thursday night. We don't know. But as soon as we find out, we'll let you know. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك اللهم وأتوب إليك والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.